This powerhouse is meticulously taken care of by the hydro project crew. Hello, my name's Dave Collins. I'm the hydro manager here at the Nisqually Hydro Project. We're at Alder Powerhouse and Alder Dam, and we're going to be going through and doing a quick tour and explaining how the system works here at the powerhouse. So we have two hydroelectric units in Alder Powerhouse, Unit 11 and Unit 12. They're both 25 megawatt units and are getting their power to operate from Alder Lake. Up high here is the bridge crane that is used to dismantle and move equipment around that powerhouse. This powerhouse is meticulously taken care of by the hydro project crew. There are 12 individuals that work on the crew, and they take a lot of pride in the facilities. Over here in between the two units is the governor system. It is the hydraulic control for opening and closing the wicket gates, along with various other functions. We're gonna walk over here and then head downstairs one level and look at the turbine level of the units.